Okay, so hey guys, hi, welcome to this broadcast. I'm very excited to, do this event streaming from Delhi, and you guys are listening to me, watching me in Bangalore. I'm very excited about using our product, and I feel we all should do that much more often. We are very busy in building the business, and we sometimes forget that the power is in use and share, not just share and share, right? So use and then share. This is what the motto is, and I'm an IT guy. I understand IT, and these services are something which I'm really proud of because these services offer some things that you don't see anywhere else in the market, and using these services is very important. Whenever you are showing a demo to anyone, whenever you're showing a presentation to anyone, if you don't know what the product of yours actually does, what all are the features of it, probably you're not doing justice. And that is one reason why people sometimes get not as good as result as they assume they would get, right? Anyway, so we can always work upon that. So here's the initiation, and we are broadcasting. I believe some people from Chandigarh might also be listening to me right now. So I hi to everyone out there in Chandigarh. And so Vikas ji and me, we have been planning this. In fact, it was Vikas ji's idea for me to come on this live broadcast and talk to you guys. As I'm unable to come down to Bangalore physically to meet you, but you know what? I don't need to, because this broadcast system is there with us. I'm not saying I won't. I'm saying I don't need to, right? I can always come down there to say hi to you guys, to hug you guys, and work with you, because that is something which gives me a lot of thrill and a lot of excitement without a question. So yes, I'm looking forward to that, and we'll be working on those lines as well very soon. So anyways, I want to share some things with you, what has been happening with me in past couple of weeks, what I've been doing here in Delhi. A couple of months back, I started to take Delhi market seriously. In my whole career, I have basically majorly focused upon building Bangalore, building Mumbai, and other cities which are away from my home base. So now, I want to take this opportunity to develop Delhi as well. So that is some reason. That is one reason why I've been spending so much time out here in Delhi. And when you have to start a business in a new market, how do you do that, right? This is something I've been doing a research on, because, of course, hot and warm circle of mine, Delhi, has already been explored with the opportunity. I have been exposed to the opportunity, and it has been years of experience and years of sharing with them. So a lot of them have been on board. A lot of them will be on board as well. I totally believe my hot warm list is definitely not yet over. So I'm working on that as well. And side by side, what I did, I started attending some conferences, some events that are happening around. So I'm a regular visitor of Meetup group, meetup.com. So I see some events happening there. I make it a point every weekend to attend some of the meetups and network with people, because if you have got a chance to read or listen to the book by Eric Worre, GoPro, which I have sent the audio CDs as well to many of you, or the audiobook series, right? So in that also, he very rightly says that a professional networks, okay, professional networks on purpose, right? So when you're building a new market, you can't just be dependent upon some few people, because it is a business. It is not just a glorified lottery ticket that you have a couple of people in mind. You're going to try and share the opportunity. If they sign up, things are going to go forward. If they don't, things won't happen. So no, that is not the attitude with which we can build a business. So as it is a business, we need to put in some professional efforts to build the market for us, to build a customer base for us, build the distribution network for us, right? So practically speaking, I needed some quality people to be associated with, to start my activities and operations out here in Delhi, right? So what I did, I attended these conferences, and trust me, I have got some amazing experience that I'll be sharing with you. I got to meet a lot of startups, people who are into traditional businesses, and they have some of them I met, they are self-funded. Some of them are funded by a third-party investor or a venture capitalist, or those kind of stuff. So a lot of them, they share their experience, how the startup journey, or how the entrepreneurship journey has been for them. And one thing I found common, what, they go through exactly the same challenges that we go through in our business. Okay, so when we are, when while building a business, while looking for sales, sometimes business fluctuates. Sometimes sales are not happening. Sometimes you got to put in more efforts to get some better results. And sometimes we doubt ourselves, sometimes we think whether it is a right decision or not. I'm sure you guys have been thinking on these lines, and of course I keep getting the feedback from the market leaders as well, what's happening in your mind. And one thing I realized, everybody out there who's in a traditional direct selling or traditional business as well, they go through the same challenges. The only difference between what they are doing and what we are doing is the startup cost. In our business, the startup cost and the headaches and the liability segment is hardly anything. It's practically nothing. Startup cost is what, $250, $399. That's it. And these companies, when I'm talking about, they, of course, they start with good initial capital, 5, 6 lakh, 7 lakh, 7 lakh rupees, and then they develop a prototype of their product or their idea, and then they go ahead, pitch that idea to some, venture capitalists and some investors. Some of them get funding, majority of them do not get funding. People who get funding, what happens after that? After they got funding, they practically become an employee in their own entrepreneurship venture. You know why? Because these investors who have put in money, they become your bosses. I remember this guy who was there giving a talk. He was sharing his experience that he runs a blog, a news blog, you can say, online news website, you can say, which is in Hindi, and dedicatedly the target audience is cricket. I mean, target subject of theirs is cricket. So the Hindi website for cricket in India, that guy was there. I'm forgetting the name. I'm bad with names. I'm sure you guys are aware of that feature of mine. So he was sharing his experience. What he said? What he said was pretty shocking to me. I mean, I was like, I don't want to be in that situation ever in life. He said, whenever I even need to spend 10-15,000 rupees on marketing my business and marketing, my website, or creating some more leads, or put money into the business, I need to go and take approvals from my investors, and they do a proper full interrogation session that why do you need this 10,000 rupees. It is his venture, but now he needs somebody else's permission and somebody else's funds, because he's so much dependent, because when they put in their money, they take the ownership. You lose your business there and then. And even then, what he said, after so much of struggles and convincing them in the whole process, the requests actually sometimes get denied. It's very struggling for them to even put money in their own business. So that is something I'm sure you don't want to be in. We are truly bosses of our own destiny out here, and we have a beautiful platform, beautiful company, beautiful organization, beautiful product line that we get to introduce and launch in the market, and we can build a very big business, guys. I also got a chance to listen to CEO of Make My Trip. If I'm not wrong, his name is Mr. Deepak. I could be wrong in that as well. Again, not good with names. So this Mr. CEO from Make My Trip, he was sharing his entrepreneurship journey. He and a couple of his business partners were building the idea together. They said after they got funding and all that stuff, even then their business was not doing too well. They were in struggling times, big time, right? So every month they used to calculate. Okay, I mean they used to have all kind of negative thoughts. It is not going in the right direction. Things are not working out. What should we do? Should we discontinue? Or what do we do? Right? That kind of struggles which go on with a lot of us whenever we are building the business. So he said we took a decision. We bunch of 3-4 friends, we 3-4 business partners. We took a decision. Okay, what? We are left with only 2 months of survival funding. Okay, we just have months to, we just have funds enough to survive us for 2 next months. And if we are, if we think negative, things will not happen in the right way. Okay, so we need to take a pledge that we will never talk negative. We will never think in the negative direction. We will always think of positive things. What can happen? What are the possibilities? We will fluctuate. We'll position our ideas and our activities in the positive direction, and we will not care about the negativities and what might go wrong. Okay, so we need to change the focus in that case. And that was really, really good thought, really impressive thought that I could connect with. And then that's what he did. They said every 30th of the month we used to re-evaluate that whatever we did, how much are we left with. Okay, and trust me, he said that for good 6-7 months we were only left with 1 month of survival. So that means they're working hard. At the end of the month, they're calculating what do they have, and they are left with what? 1 month of survival. So they give their best in that month again, and they're left at the end of the end of the second month. What are they left with? Another 1 month. So yes, they are progressing, but a little slow, but that is fine. That is how business works. Nobody can reach the top in just one click, right? So it takes time. And today you see where Make My Trip is. Make My Trip is the biggest portal in the in the online ticketing segment on the travel and tourism segment out here in India, and who's doing wonders in the business mind, right? So some amazing people I got to meet with. One thing is very very right. Every entrepreneur had his doubts, before starting the journey, while the journey was going on. And I remember one of the guy, he was talking about changing your thought process. It's again, if you remember, I keep talking about these things whenever I'm there in the training programs with you guys. And this guy also was talking about changing the thought process. He said you need to stop thinking about what others are doing. Okay, you need to stop thinking about कि अगर मैं ये नौकरी कर रहा होता तो महीने के एंड में इतना तो आ ही रहा होता, whether I took the right decision or the wrong decision. Struggles will be there. Struggles you cannot skip, right? But beautifully, put in our business, we have all those struggles, no question. But many of us are building this business part time, right? Many of us are building this business full time. But of course, whoever is building this business full time, they're doing it on the base of some strong core of the business. I mean, they have some solid team base, and then only they are doing this business full time. So that is something that is recommended. Don't get into the business full time from the day one. It is a strong recommendation to you, because we don't want to lose you forever, right? Because you put all your eggs in one basket, you give your best, and if things don't work out for you, if you're getting delayed success and results are less and your expenses are more, you might get negative with the industry. Unfortunately, we have lost some good people in the process in the past, and I don't want to lose any more. So that is why I strongly recommend everyone, build the business part-time, have your full-time job, but manage your job, manage your time. You have to do it part-time, but you have to do it with the full-timers attitude, right? So this is another lesson I want to emphasize upon. There was this guy who was talking about how he got into his venture, how he started working upon his startup idea, and he also shared the same thing. He said my first employee's salary was being paid from my salary. So he had a job. He used to work, on his startup idea side by side, and put in some money from his main salary, and pay the salaries for his employees as well. So yes, people do that. What we do, people do the same things. He started, initial business development process in some, you can say, some five-star hotels, coffee shop. So like we work, we are in a flexible work mode. Wherever we sit, that turns into our office. We are not the only ones focusing upon the same idea. These people also, the big, there are big names today. I mean, you are somewhere associated with some big media house, a lot of online short film productions and all those things also, he has been into. So yes, I mean, people who have, some massive experience in, getting out of the struggle and becoming successful, they follow whatever we are following. So guys, congratulations, we are on the right path. This is what I want to tell you. This is what my analysis after listening to all these people in these conferences has been. We are perfectly on the right path. We think like an entrepreneur, and this is the first step towards our success in the entrepreneurial journey of us, right? Now, coming back to a little bit analysis of our business, we have to keep it very, very simple. As the example I give in many of the presentations out there, many of the SCPs, wherever I do, we are launching a product, right? That's the product is called Velocity. Velocity is an online communication suite of 4 services, right? Now, like any product, we are looking for 2 kind of people. Number 1 is people who will be the end user of this product, and number 2 who will be the promoter of this product. This business is that simple. Reason why I'm emphasizing on such a basic thing with all of you is because while building the business again, working from kind of scratch in the Delhi market, because I don't have a very big active team base out here in Delhi. I've got that in across India. People, everybody who's listening to me, that is what my active base is. But yes, in Delhi, I'm building from the scratch again. So I meet people who are very negative about MLM and very scared about this. I mean, yesterday itself, I had this kind of an argument, an emotional and very solid argument with this guy who came to attend our BOP, and I've understood one thing. Logically, I had all the answers. Logically, I was making him understand, okay, there's nothing wrong with MLM, and what you see out here is exactly how any product gets launched, and we're looking for end users, and we're looking for promoters who are willing to make money in the process of promoting this product. Everything makes sense, logical. But You'll meet some people who are too egoist to accept. They just don't want to realize one thing, that they can be wrong. So unfortunate that is, but yes, the guy, finally said, fine, I don't want to do it. Fine, I said, fine, I don't want people who are not open-minded in my organization anyways. So have a good life, all the best, my friend. So sometimes you have to let go, but one thing is very important, that you learn from every individual, and whatever you learn, whatever experience you're having, that you can apply in your further business development. So every experience counts, guys. I have been, in the whole process of attending these meetups and everything, I got associated with a group of entrepreneurs as well, in which I interacted with somebody from Chennai on phone, and I of course pitched him my product, and he was interested to explore, and we had a chat, we had a good talk on phone, and this guy turned out to be an ex networker. Okay, he is, he has been in network marketing industry for, he had been in a long time. He started his career with Amway, and then he went on to another company, RMP, I guess, and yes, he was also for a short while with MVT as well, back in 2009-10, that time. So I did some more research. He signed up in Dubai team, Vinita Bokaria's team, Miss Vinita Bokaria's team. So, anyways, the story I kept on analyzing, and he's a big celebrity today, and he does well in his sales and marketing and education sector, no question. I'm not going to take his name, but just to share the story, it was very fascinating for me to understand, a successful guy who's today positive and passionate about direct selling, who's currently not involved in direct selling, and who had been involved with some good companies. I really wanted to get my answers. I started to talk to this guy, and I wanted to say, sir, what happened about Amway? I mean, don't you think passive income is what we work for? That you build a team, then your team is working and producing business, and you're getting a share. I mean, that's exactly the whole idea of direct selling. I didn't see something wrong in this. He said, no, there's nothing wrong in this. Yes, but then I asked him to share what went wrong with Amway. So he shared there was a personal issue. Okay? Personal issue means he and his wife got separated, and then his wife chose to own the business. Okay, so she took the business, and they split. So Amway was gone from his life like that. Okay, something which is not a normal scenario, normal routine. But one thing I proved to this guy. Okay, so network marketing works, but it didn't work for you, unfortunately, because of some personal issues which I at least don't have a control. You don't have a control, or maybe if you had a control, you chose not to control it. I don't want to get into that. So that is one thing. So good point for network marketing, and you losing Amway, that's not on the industry. So industry works. Then I asked about what happened in the next company. So you were with MVT also for a while. What happened? He said, yeah, I mean, I just was using the product those days, and wasn't much serious about it. But anyways, I got into RMP that time. So RMP, I'm sure you people have got across this name. Guys, it's very important for you to know the history, geography, and everything about every direct selling company out there who's working. Good points, bad points. What is their strength? What is their weakness? How exactly they can work? What went wrong in their process for us to actually be able to answer to everybody who we meet in the process of this business. So, anyways, of course, I knew about RMP. So I asked him what happened in RMP. RMP again, it's still working, of course, with a different brand name. My Lifestyle is what they call themselves. So he said, yeah, things didn't work out. I achieved some good height, but then some changes in the company's process happened. Like from RMP to My Lifestyle, the transition happened. Of course, that happened because of some regulations issue which they were not following, and some issues happened with the government of India, so they had to anyways do that. So in that process, he lost some business. Again, repeating one thing, what I wanted to tell him was, you chose the right industry, but probably not the right company. So you chose a company which is an Indian company. So till now we say working with an Indian company is very risky because no rules and regulations are there. Yes, some rules and regulations have come up just now, and the government is still working upon creating some solid laws and executing the whole process. So that's going to take a little bit of more time, but yes, very soon we'll have some strong, solid guidelines to work upon. So, but anyways, till now, so direct selling has been there in India for about 20 years, and till now, there has been no rules. So working with an Indian company till now is pretty difficult, and that's exactly what happened with RMP. So again, industry wins, the company loses, and you chose the company. So your decision to choose the company was wrong. You did not take MVT seriously, but imagine if you would have taken MVT seriously in 2009, where could you be today? So it's very very important, guys. One thing is very very important, stick to your decision, stick to your company. Yes, challenges will come, struggles will come, but you give your best, you keep working, you keep figuring out ways, solutions, how you can expand and do wonders and do justice to this opportunity. Because if you lose, if you quit, unfortunately the only person at loss is you. Nobody else is losing. The company is still growing. The company was there in 2009, it was there in 2006, it has been there since 2002. A lot of people came in, a lot of people left, but it's not on the company, it's on you, or it's on these people who left, right? So don't make the mistakes that these people have done today. This guy is running some institute of sales and marketing. He teaches people how to sell, but he's pretty, he's in his 70s today, and you know, in the 70s as well, he has an active source of income. Probably if would have given some serious, efforts to, saving his Amway business, or probably when he second time got the chance to work on MVT or RMT, probably did some more strengthening job. Probably he could today be in a passive source of income mode as well. So, anyways, so it's on people, it's not on you. Now, one more thing, I want to say before I end this talk, because you know me, I can talk for days long. I mean, I know it's tough to make me shut up, but what I want to share with you next is, I also got to know that some people feel that it takes a lot of time in building direct selling business, and success doesn't come so easy, so quick. Well, I have something to share on that. Yes, it doesn't come easy, because it isn't easy. It is simple, but it isn't easy, right? So building a team isn't easy, and becoming a crorepati is definitely not easy. So out here things will not be easy. But the point to focus upon is things become slow for those people who build this business as an IR. Things do not become slow for those people who build this business as a leader. There is a difference between an IR and a leader. You decide who you want to be. You decide what your attitude will be. If you want to just be like an IR, an IR is nothing but practically an employee who is exploring the opportunity, who is just too new, and he always keeps on saying, no, sir, I'm learning, I'm trying. The business is not yet in him. Okay, he's in the business, but business is yet not in him. His activities, his conviction, his skills also, it's just in an exploration mode. Let's see, he has self doubts every day, because unfortunately or fortunately the cost to sign up is affordable, so it's not too big a deal. So people get started with that, but then again in the process, when they find struggles, instead of focusing upon how they can improve their skills so they can reduce on the struggle, they focus upon, अरे ये business नहीं चलता, अरे ये business बहुत slow है, अरे मैं क्या करूँगा, how exactly things will work out, अरे this is not what I saw 8190 happening in 1 year, this is not happening here. Guys, it has happened in 7 months also. If it is not happening, it's on you. It's not on me, it's not on any one of us. It's definitely on you, because your attitude will define your altitude, right? So you need to learn, you need to become a professional. And all of you who have yet not got a chance to listen to the audio book, or have got a chance to read the book Network Marketing Pro, Network Marketing Pro's GoPro, 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional, guys, get hold of it immediately. Listen to the audio. That's very 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 important, because you will understand that you're not alone, and you will understand, okay, this is the mistake that you were doing. You need to make a lot of changes in yourself if you want to be somewhere, somewhere like Mr. Kuntal Datta and all the big leaders that you see today, and if anyone of them inspires you. So you got to change yourself. One more thing before I end this, last thing that I'm going offline. The event, congratulations, you guys are very 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 lucky to get a chance to witness the, I believe, Gold Range event. And Mr. Kuntal Datta, the first round ambassador, is coming all the way from Nagpur and bringing a lot of gold coins for all of you who have qualified. So congratulations to each and every qualifier who's qualified for the gold coin. You're going to get your gold coins on this 2nd October event, and people, you are going to have a life of your time. For the first time, many of you would be getting getting to interact with the crown ambassador. And Mr. Kuntal Datta has an industry experience of, I don't know, about 16 years, and he is an expert. He is a professional. I have learned so much from him in my whole journey of direct seller. Trust me, if he wouldn't have been there, probably I would also be, have been just an IR and quit a long time back. So many of you might get a chance to get direct mentorship also from Mr. Kuntal Datta and learn from his experience, learn from his expertise. His training sessions are mind-boggling. A lot of you have attended those trainings before. Many of you will be attending for the first time. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. You're very lucky, and unfortunately, I am unable to make it this time to this event. I'm very sad about this myself, but got some things to take care of out here in Delhi. But I'm going to see you guys very soon. And this event is going to be fabulous. So do whatever it takes. Get your people to the event. You listen to any big network marketing success story, they tell only one thing, that network marketing business is built from event to event. I am also product of an event. That event was Global Summit, which happened again in Bangalore in 2011, hosted by Mr. Kuntal Datta himself, right? So he, invited all of his teammates, and it was a global event where about 4,000 people attended. And for the first time, I saw so much of glamour under one roof. An indoor stadium we booked, and it was simply mind-boggling. People coming on stage, sharing their stories. It was heart-touching, and those stories changed me. Those stories gave me the vision, which today also which keeps me going, and keeps me helping me build the business or launch new markets, and to do what I'm doing here today, right? So congratulations for all of you who are getting a chance to be a part of this event. We're gonna shake hands with Mr. Kuntal Datta on stage to receive your awards, and it's a lucky day for you, right? So I'm gonna sign off now. I've got so many things to share, but I'm sure time limitations would be there. So it is amazing talking to you. It is amazing to use this technology, go live, that allows me to talk to you guys like this. And I strongly insist you that start using this yourself, right? So have a wonderful day ahead, guys, and let's build our dream business. So teamwork makes the dream work. So let's focus upon that. Take care. Good day.